Hello guys, today's book review is going to be Bryson, Shakespeare. I've just recently finished reading this book and I've got to say I thought it was a fantastic read. As you know, just recently it's been Shakespeare season here in the UK. There's been a lot of things going on about Shakespeare. You know, the BBC were doing a lot of documentaries and things like that. I've got to admit myself, I've kind of always had a little bit of a thing for Shakespeare. I've always liked his work. Not so much so when I was at school, because obviously it kind of gets ripped down your throat a little bit really when you're in school. But I just kind of, as I've got older, I've just kind of appreciated a lot of the stuff that he's done. You know, a lot of the work, a lot of the literature, you know, the language, the things that are used. I've been to see a couple of Shakespeare plays and I've just found them to be just out of this world really, do you know what I mean? Something totally different to what you usually see on theatres and whatnot. And yeah, so basically I thought that while I've got this sort of fascination with Shakespeare at this moment in time, I thought I'd just give it a bit of a read and just kind of basically see what it was all about, you know. Essentially really it's a book all about Shakespeare's life, sort of about the man himself. It's an in-depth read. It's typical kind of Bryson things really. He sort of like takes all the information that you need, and then basically just sort of condenses it down into sort of like, well, just sort of the basics really of what you need to know. Obviously with a lot of sort of books, you know, they're extremely sort of lengthy really, do you know what I mean? And it's sort of like, I'm quite a busy guy, so I don't necessarily have time to sit there and read. But you know, this book's pretty, you know, it's not a massive book at all really. It's about 200 pages or something like that. And it's just, you know, sort of, I've learned an awful lot really, to be honest about this book. You know, sort of about where he was born, you know, what his family did, how many children he had, what his life was like. Although essentially really there is sort of very little that we do know about Shakespeare as a person. He also goes into depth about sort of who are the researchers, a little bit about the researcher's life. You know, it's quite a comical sort of idiot's guide look into Shakespeare really, you know. You know, and it's sort of, I don't know really, it's just obviously I'm not exactly the most, what do you call it, intellectual person in the world, you know, but I do have an appreciation for education. I do have an appreciation for a lot of classic literature, a lot of classic works, and obviously Shakespeare is British, so obviously like, I'm very interested in British literature as well. I can sort of really just sort of recommend this book really to sort of anybody who wants to learn about Shakespeare and his life, but sort of wants to do it in a more kind of comical, kind of light-hearted way really, because I've just finished as well reading One Summer by Bryson, which was quite a lengthy book as well, but very interesting read. But I'll go into that in another review. And it's just, you know, it's just I don't know really. Just sort of, I just kind of really shocked myself really that I've sort of actually read a sort of documentary book about Shakespeare, because obviously like, I hated him at school. I hated Chaucer as well. That was another one as well. Got ripped down my throat constantly all the time. But I thought that this book was pretty, yeah, it was really good. So yeah, I'll definitely recommend it. If there's anybody out there that's sort of been following the Shakespeare season, you know, like, for me personally, I just watched the thing with David Tennant and Catherine Tate, along with a load of other Shakespearean actors and stars, Ian McKellen, and I just found it fascinating, just sort of watching these guys really just sort of reenact all these classic Shakespeare plays, really. You know, sort of the snippets that they did, and so I went out and bought the Shakespeare collection. I sort of read as much as I could, really. Do you know what I mean? I just found the language fascinating. I wish I could talk that way, really, because it's just quite cool. So yeah, and then I just want to learn a little bit more about the man. And I got this. There was a couple of books that were on the shelves. You know, they were big, thick books, and I just thought, no, I ain't got time for that. So I thought I'd just go for Bill Bryson, because you know he's down with Bill, cool guy, comical writing. I've got to say, I'm not really disappointed at all. If I was going to give this book a rating, I would definitely give it, I don't know, 5-star, I think, really, to be honest with you, because it's, you know, it's just sort of, it's just everything you need, really. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of, it's just a cool little intro into Shakespeare's life, really. You know, it's not too in depth. It's not too you know, it's not too serious, but at the same time you kind of get what you need, you know, which I'm quite happy with that, you know. So yeah, definitely, if you want to learn about Shakespeare and you've got a little bit of fascination about him and you want to learn more about his life, especially if you're maybe if you're studying Shakespeare GCSEs, I would definitely say this is definitely a book to get, just to kind of learn a lot more about the man and what he did, and what he's contributed to you know, literature, really. So yeah, 5 stars, and another classic work by Bill Bryson. Thank you.